welcome to the Bearhug Club, a pro wrestling podcast of positivity.
Hello, welcome to the Bearhug Club podcast, coming live to you now simultaneously from Grodwinter on Twitch and from the Bearhug Club pod on Twitch. I'm joined, as always, by the incomparable, my paramour, Greg.
Oh, it's such kind words. You're making me cry, man. I love you.
And Jace.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How's it going with you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
And there, the man of the hour. Not to cut you off, champ. I'm sorry. I've just known my boy a little bit longer.
I mean, it works in so many ways. I've known Jace longer, but then I've also known guys hit me longer than you. And you guys are going to know each other.
Yeah.
And then it's just the three of us, and no one's going to do a run-in. No one's going to do a run-in.
No.
All right, we'll cut to commercial break.
No.
Back to commercial break. Adam Pearce will be on the ramp and say it's actually a fatal four-way.
If this keeps going on, Teddy Long's going to turn up and say we're all going one-on-one with The Undertaker in a tag team match. I don't know how that works, but
4-on-1.
Run-in.
Whoa, a run-in!
No. Oh, wait.
There we plug. It's actually plugged in. Cool.
I love in real time. He went from the 2001 internet to now. That audio.
Yeah, it do be like that.
It's okay, Scott. I don't know either.
Oh man.
Well, gentlemen, let me just try and figure out how I'm doing this. Yes, Scott was the run-in, and he ran in. He jogged, lightly, briskly walked in.
Money in the box of
Money
Stella.
in the box of Stella Artois. What box is this? How many money in the boxes of Stella Artois have you gone through at this point?
That's still the first box out of 3. In fact, I've gone backwards and gotten more beer by accident the other night. So now I've just given myself more of an inclination to climb.
my question is, how long have you had these crates of Stella?
They've been in my garage now for about 2 to 3 weeks.
You would not last up north.
I don't mean to throw you under the bus, Scott, but could you at least develop some kind of drinking problem to get these out of the way? Because to be honest, your lack of a drinking problem is becoming a bit of a problem.
I understand. I have some catching up to do. So by next week, I'll at least have picked up my pace once again and at least gotten through the most part of the second box. Maybe.
Well, boys, as always, it's the Bearhug Club podcast. Wednesday Night Paw. Bears have paws. We have mascot Bo here with his Wednesday Night Paw right there. And today, I thought we'd do something different. And by I thought, I mean Greg pitched this and it's his idea. But since I am hosting, I thought of the idea of doing an Ultimate Dream wrestling card. Now, the premise is there are multiple matches that we've planned out, and we've all picked wrestlers to go in each. What we're going to have to do on the fly is vote on whose match is actually the best, whether it's the opener, the main event, etc., etc., etc. Caveats being, once a wrestler is used on that card, they cannot be used again. So people might have to change some of their things on the fly. Perhaps the main event will be completely ruined by the end, and you'll have to quickly change who you go for. The person with the most matches at the end wins. Nothing. Good. Wonderful. How would you like to kick this off? Should we...
Well, we're going to, how do you want to work out? Because originally my plan was, obviously, we've picked our names for the matches. Do you want to vote on the names so then everyone's kind of got a chance, or just vote on a person's overall match?
Well, because the names
I think
are
person's overall match.
for example, in multiple... Yeah, names would be different because there'd be multiple people in different matches for tags.
Yeah, and if they go for a specific match, it might be because they have a certain storyline they have planned. Like for a lot of my matches, I kind of gone with that kind of mentality. Yeah,
Pulse.
Okay, after that,
and we pulse.
I think that'll make things go a lot more smoothly. And we'll do the pre-show battle royal at the end where we can just throw names out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be a good little cool down from us being very angry at each other because you never picked my matches. I feel it's coming, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
All of yours can just be found on New Japan, right?
I'm really taking advantage of the green screen. It's coming through in my head.
Yeah, it
Hold on.
is.
Okay, well, welcome to Madison Square Tokyo Dome. It is time for the ultimate wrestling card of all time. More little caveats is that you can choose a wrestler from any generation. You can decide you want Super Cena. You can decide you want Thugonomics Cena. You can decide you want Florida Championship Wrestling Cena. You could decide you want Antonio Inoki when he was 12.
Mark Wahlberg Cena.
Mark Wahlberg Cena. So let's jump right into the first match. And the first match is, for the opener, a 6-way ladder match, much like your sort of classic intercontinental title matches at Mania and things like that. So we're starting it off pretty heavy. You know, 6 people might ruin some people's cards later on down the line as we go. So I might as well kick off proceedings. My 6-way ladder match is full of people that I think have had some classic ladder moments or potential for ladder moments. So I am going to kick it off with Rey Mysterio. Any generation will do for a Mysterio. I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler, of course. I'm going to go with the best heel in the biz right now, MJF. I am going to go with the best British high flyer that isn't Will Ospreay, Pac. Then I'm going to go with Jushin Thunder Liger.
Nice.
And to top it all off, my personal favorite 6-man Intercontinental ladder match opener WrestleMania winner, Zack Ryder / Matt Cardona.
Nice.
That is my
Solid picks.
opening ladder match for perhaps an Intercontinental title. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Scott, it is your go.
Heyo. So when I booked all of these, I was just I didn't want to use any of the same names twice, just in case I did get everyone's vote all the way through. That's how deluded I am. So
I did the same.
Yeah. Jace knows the tactic. So for this ladder match, it will go as follow. Pipe Bomb, CM Punk. Current generation, Will Ospreay. New Japan, Nakamura. Prime, Ricky Steamboat. Macho Man, Randy Savage. And Edge.
Fair.
Nice. That's
All
eclectic. Nice.
Yeah, but a bit of everything in there. Bit of everything. If you want a dream card, you want here, there, and everywhere. And that's what I've definitely gone for.
Now, forever.
Then, now, all over the place.
Jace.
I'll go.
Yes.
So, I went for Andrade CN Almas NXT version.
All right, I'll take it.
Nice.
Let's
Eddie Guerrero,
Which version are you going with?
Latino Heat.
Tina Heat? Fair.
Great Phoenix Jr.
Oh,
Nice.
Pentagon.
I detect a theme here.
Pac.
there we go.
Yes, that
And Rey
classic
Mysterio
Mexican
Jr. And
yeah.
Rey Mysterio Jr.
5 Mexicans and a Geordie.
Please have that be the name of the stable, please.
Title of
I
your
couldn't
sex
think
tape
of
is.
another Mexican to go into that. Who would be better than Pac?
Fair.
I'm
Good
here
though.
to bring my Latin flair. I quite like that one actually.
That was
Yeah.
solid. I did quite like that one.
Greg.
Over to me, right. So kicking off for mine, I went with AJ Styles, but we're going with sort of early TNA AJ when he was sort of the ruler of the X division, I guess. Then go with a classic ladder match opponent, Shelton Benjamin, early to mid 2000s. So like when he was doing the Money in the Bank stuff, because I want to see him do the run up the ladder into a
Huzzah,
clothesline.
a man of quality.
Then I would also add Rob Van Dam, again, early 2000s, when he was in WWE. I'd say he was like pretty much at his peak with that. I'd mix it up a bit and add Tyler Bate to the mix. I think he's obviously more of a strong big man wrestler, but he's pretty agile. I think he could do some pretty unique stuff in there. Mixing up slightly, I would put Hiromu Takahashi in there because, correct me if I'm right, Garrett, like New Japan don't really do sort of gimmicky matches like this, do they?
No, in fact, like a lot of Western wrestlers have come in and tried to do gimmicky matches like that. There was one point when Kenny Omega had the Intercontinental and he was trying to set up a him and Tanner ladder match, which would have been insane. Never happened.
Yeah, so that's why I mean, like, he's one of the best of the juniors they've got at the moment, and I just would love to see what he could kind of do in this kind of environment. And then to kind of add, because you need that kind of big man wild card to the match, I'm adding Vader, but early sort of 90s New Japan WCW when he was probably at his like peak. Mainly because I want to see the big guy do a moonsault off the top of the ladder. Probably have everyone try to catch him,
and then subsequently be like Looney Tunes flattened on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone has to come in with a bicycle pump and pump him like in Space Jam.
As Vader's coming down, they all hold up signs just saying, "Uh-oh."
Let's do
little cocktail umbrella.
A sign that says "uh-oh."
Let's do very quickly. Who wins your match? Let's go reverse order. So, Greg, who wins that match?
Didn't realize we were doing it this way. Oh,
Just as a little like do a tiny bit of booking just to finish the match and who wins.
I'm gonna go with Tyler Bate on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd go with Tyler.
Boy.
Big strong boy. Like I say, because I think I've got like kind of a fairly decent range. I think he's kind of like that guy in the middle. He is agile, but he's also just got like the pure technical wrestling to it. So I think he would be kind of like a nice winner.
I'll go for Andrade. Will win mine.
Nice.
I dig it.
He's just amazing.
I feel like if you put 5 Latin wrestlers in and then you had Pac win, I feel like someone would kick off.
Yeah.
Someone would say I was whitewashing this match.
I would get the best babyface, in my opinion, of all time to win my ladder match, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Because that would be lovely to see.
I would have Zack Ryder about to unhook whatever it is at the top, and then I would have MJF take the title.
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
that's how you kick up
True
a
heel.
pay-per-view
Yeah.
in my book. All right, well, now we have to somehow deliberate on who we vote for. Personally, I was sold the second Big Van Vader came up, so my vote is for Greg.
Thank you.
I will second that.
We'll do voting order, so like whoever went first votes, second then votes, and then so on.
Okay, so
Obviously, you cannot vote for yourself.
Yeah, very much like Garrett, I was sold when this guy's name came up, Shelton Benjamin. I can't believe I didn't put him down. That's such a shout. Greg again.
Thank you very much. Jace?
Yeah.
Now, before
Greg,
Jay
we've gone
says
through-
his, Greg, you better lock in yours in your mind in case there's a stalemate of some kind.
There.
No, there's not a stalemate. Greg's gone 3 for 3.
Yeah!
Again, same as Scott. As soon as he said Shelton Benjamin, I was like,
Now,
why did I forget about
keep in
Shelton
mind
Benjamin?
all of the wrestlers that are in that match. Anything coming up, you will have to very quickly on the fly change what happens in your future matches to someone who has.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
By the way,
That's-
guys, as well, whenever someone wins, just copy and paste me your wrestlers in the match and send it on the chat so I can add it into the document I've got going so we can keep a
Okay,
list of
so
everything happening.
what were the wrestlers in that match again? Just so I can knock them down.
Yep, so I had AJ Styles, Shelton Benjamin, Rob Van Dam, Tyler Bate, Hiromu Takahashi, and Big Van Vader.
Lovely. Well, gentlemen, coming up next is one of my personal favorites. It's a tag team match. It's a standard tag team match. It's your standard tag team fare. But it's not going to go 3 minutes. It's going to go a little bit longer. Scott, would you mind kicking it off?
I do, and it's been a dream match for me since, for a while I've been wanting to see this, and I was going down just a list of all the tag teams, and I thought, what a great clash of styles, a great heel versus face clash this would be. Los Guerreros versus FDR.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
That's fair.
I like
That's
that.
fair.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Jace, what's your
Me?
tag team match?
I just want for this match. I just wanted to see two big, strong teams just kicking living shit out of each other.
Hell
so
yeah.
I've gone for the Dudley Boys
Mhm.
Nice.
versus the Good Brothers.
Oh, actually, that's
Not
solid.
bad.
I like
It is
that.
actually very good. That's
The Battle of Camo.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah,
How will
You-
they see each other?
that's it. They can't. That adds to the fun of the match.
Yeah, if
You don't
any of
have
them
to
go,
hit anyone.
if any of them go prone at any time, the crowd won't even be able to see them. They're gone.
Let's change the match
make it
environment.
Camo.
Brett, throw in the Invisible Man and John Cena.
Yeah. Let's change the match environment. We drop them into a jungle, and then they just have to find each other to start the fight. It's like a Predator type scenario.
Oh, it was interesting to see the Dudley Boys come out in ghillie suits. Real narrative take on that.
Greg.
Yeah, well, I went similar lines with Scott. So one of my teams is FTR, and I decided I wanted to put them up against the Hart Foundation. Mainly because, spoiler, I don't have Brett anywhere else on my list, obviously, and it was just a way of getting him on there. And plus, it's a solid like matchup. There was another team I wanted to put at the Hart Foundation, but they're involved in a bigger match later on, so I've had to leave it at that. And the only thing I
Very
could think,
technical.
what would be a good technical match? What would have a good? You can even do good heel versus heel with this, because the Hart Foundation were a terrific heel tag team at one point. So there's a lot of ways you could go with this. I just think it would be an interesting matchup.
Now, while I agree, I do feel that I have the match that no one realizes that they want, but once they do, this is all they can think about. Now, relative in the unknowns to a lot of people, but to those in the know, Aussie Open are one of the best tag teams going. Now, another tag team, I would argue, handicapped and nipped in the bud far too soon. Also, from Down Under, is the Iconics. I would have Aussie Open versus the Iconics in a Down Under whatever tag team match. in a intergender match.
A Great Barrier Reef fight.
Iconics. Huh?
A Great Barrier Reef fight.
A Great Barrier Reef fight.
Nice.
I was thinking in the vein of our recent WrestleMania and the Nigerian drum match. What about an Australian didgeridoo match? But just don't use any of the didgeridoos and just use the tables.
You've just got some like dudes grilling on the outside, just like you know, every time someone goes over the ropes or whatever, someone just goes, "You all right, mate?" And then it's still grilling. First person to not say nah, no whackers, right? First person who doesn't say that. That's the same as saying I quit. Oh, thank you, brother. There you go. There you go.
Hey, James.
What's up?
Got some toad in the hole.
Nice.
Whatevers. Anyway, that is my match. And who would win? Us. The fans.
The fans.
I think Australia and your Down Unders would win.
After a run-in from Murphy, of course.
Of course, a runner from Murphy.
Then Rhea Ripley.
And then Nathan Jones.
Tony Storm.
We could go on for probably maybe a minute and a half longer, but let's skip. Greg, who's winning?
Can I just say, can we have that match? Can we have Mel Gibson as a special referee? Paul Hogan's the outside enforcer.
They got the cast of Bondi Beach back for a reunion to do the lumberjack stipulation. They're all across the ring, and if anyone falls out, they start doing CPR on them, despite the fact they're still up and alive.
And this match has its own theme song by Airborne.
How many stereotypes can we fit into this?
Hey, Bondi Beach is actually a great show. No cap.
Instead of guitars, Airborne are just there playing boomerangs. Then a shark swims up.
Are we adding Australia to the list of countries we're not allowed to?
Yes.
Bondi Beach.
Pretty soon we're not going to be able to leave the country.
And even then, England probably isn't going to want us.
No. We're going to have to go to SeaWorld, what's it called, Sealand.
Waterworld.
Kevin Costner. Anyway.
What is Sealand?
Sealand, it's a disused military fort that someone took over and have made it their own country, apparently. But pretty much so they can do a pirate radio station out of it.
That's the life.
As well.
That's the life.
You can put music on as well.
All right, well, who's... Sorry to get back to the tag match. But who's winning?
I'd put FTR over in my match.
Yeah, I'd have the Good Brothers in mine.
I would put FTR over in my match because the Faces won my last one, and I got a 50-50 book through this whole one.
Okay. Greg, who you picking?
I'm gonna have to go with the Dudleys and the Good Brothers on this one. That was a terrific shout. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to side with Greg.
Thank you, my man.
It's fair, Scott.
I'm also gonna side with Greg.
Very well. Just because I can at this point, I'm siding with myself. Well done, Greg. I guess.
2 for 2. Sweet.
So it goes.
Thank
Let's
you.
do our next match. Oh,
you want me to take you through the next one?
Let's go.
Yeah. So it was the women's match. Just when I decided, after watching her network icon special, I decided that this was kind of like a dream match I'd like to see it. So I went with Beth Phoenix versus China. Big Hoss women fight.
Shout.
I'd probably go with China like 2000, 2001, where she'd really kind of gotten a lot better in the ring as well. Mm-hmm. Beth Phoenix was kind of like consistently good throughout her career. So, yeah.
I dig that. I dig that.
Migo, I went for it. My choice was Battle of the Psychos. So I've gone for Nikki Cross as part of Sanity.
Nice.
Versus Daphne.
Ooh, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Just two great characters.
I've kind of gone the same route in that it's a very character-based one. And it's two quite recent people that I think both of them could be the biggest things in wrestling. One of them was at one point. Solely because of, they both have a very similar, almost defining moment so far, and it would be Britt Baker versus Becky Lynch for me.
Oh, great match.
I think that would that could headline whatever the fuck you want it to headline.
Just picture the build as well. Writes itself.
I yet again have gone a very similar direction to Greg. I'm feeling like I'm just gonna have like the second place to your first place, and you're just gonna keep winning these. But I have gone for two very tall, very angry women who I'd both want to step on my head until it's pulp. China and Rhea Ripley. I would have.
Ooh, nice.
As a big Titan versus Titan kick the ever-loving piss out of each other kind of thing. Please have that happen.
I dig it. Like Who would you have win out of the two?
In this, I would have China do the heel roll, Rhea do the face roll. I would have China go over, though, despite Rhea putting in a damn good fight.
All right, fair enough. Mine is really difficult for me to tell. I would probably have, because the build is quite simple. They both have a submission finish, so I would probably have Baker win by putting Lynch to sleep, so she doesn't tap.
Nice.
I would have Nikki Cross go over just after going absolutely ballistic and out crazying Daphne.
Cool. Solid. I would have Beth Phoenix go over. It's essentially because if you watch the Icon special, she'd always wanted to love that match with China. And if it would have been different time and China was still with us, I think that'd be one of those perfect passing of the torch moments. Think, I guess Rock and Hogan at 18 kind of thing, it'd be quite a nice gesture.
Solid. All right, voting. I I forget what orders we're going in. I think we're just kind of like patch everywhere. So
just pick one of us.
China is a selling point for me on any kind of match. But for me, I would rather see China versus Rhea, I think. And I think I'd rather see that one.
Fair enough. I will throw mine in. Garrett had me at Britt Baker versus Becky Lynch. That is just money written all over it.
Garrett also had me at Britt Baker versus Becky Lynch.
I was also going to say Garrett because it was for the build, just for the build, not even for the match, for the build, for the promos.
You could have. That's a match where you don't even need a title of any kind, and it's still main event, whatever pay-per-view.
I will add that to the card.
And I will change my later matches.
Speaking of something that could main event a pay-per-view, welcome to the fourth match. We need like sound stings. We need like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like dun. Welcome to the wild card choice. It is a one-on-one match, whatever stipulation, whoever. And it's time to pitch.
I will go first.
Yeah.
I will go first.
Well,
So,
I feel
my
like me and you are
match-
on the same page today.
Yeah. My match is a guitar on a pole match. And
Yes.
it is
I think I
Elias.
already know who it is.
Elias versus Jeff Jarrett. Give me this
I
match.
adore that.
Will they both come out and do like a bit of a, bit of a tune before it goes up on the pole?
No, that's how you win the match. You get the guitar and you play your tune. Then you hit it over there.
The first person to play like I don't know.
Freebird.
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall. Has to be Wonderwall.
Has to be
You
Wonderwall.
also have to plug it into the acoustic amp first, so even when they get the guitar down, it's not the end of the match. They have to set up the microphone, the sound system. They got to hire a sound guy, get someone on lights.
First person to do an entire set
Get them
and
drugs.
sleep with a groupie backstage.
Get them a brandy glass filled with brown M&Ms.
I dig it.
Does Karen Jarrett count as a groupie?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
If Riker counts as a groupie, then she does.
So I'm going a little bit away from like the kind of the something on a pole match, and I am just going to go for a last man standing. Now,
Nice.
one of the best things in wrestling right now is in promotions where they're just bringing in newer talent and young talent and letting them soar. And I think one of the best examples of that, and probably next AEW champion, Hangman Adam Page. Now, what Hangman Adam Page needs to do and is doing is fighting and beating established and legends, right? I would have him against one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Personally, someone who half of WWE's roster have just basically co-opted his moves. I would have Marufuji Naomichi against Hangman Adam Page. If you don't know who he is, he currently wrestles in Noah, and he's fucking amazing. Half of Ospreay's moves come from Marufuji. I would have those two go at it in a last man standing match.
Nice. I'm going to be changing the stipulation up as well. I went with 2 out of 3 falls, and I went with 2011, so Pipe Bomb CM Punk versus Shawn Michaels pre-2004. Because the thing, like, given that they were on the same roster for quite a while, they never had a match together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is just pure gold waiting to happen. 2 out of 3 falls as well, just writes itself. I think it would be solid.
Well, they did have matches, but they were tag matches.
Yeah, it's not like a
Yeah.
proper singles feud
No
kind of
singles
thing.
match.
Yeah.
A proper half-hour classic kind of thing.
Although they definitely should have had a match after that promo where Shawn Michaels was like, "We're so similar. We don't smoke. We don't drink. We don't do drugs anymore."
See, it writes itself.
Yeah. See, with mine, I got very stuck because it's an open book. You can do whatever you like. And I was thinking, I was almost, in a sense, spoiled for choice. In another way, just struggling. And I was thinking, if I've got to make an out of the box stipulation, something that wrestling has never seen before, come close to, but never seen before. And inspired by one of my loves in this world, pirates, and WrestleMania, I went for a
Bradshaw
battle.
against Kairi Sane.
Yes. In a battle on the high seas match, which is a wrestling ring on a pirate ship.
Is it actually those two?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you actually got it bang on. Kairi Sane versus Paul Burchill with swords and blunderbusses and flintlock pistols on a pirate ship. Make it absolutely happen. They are sailors, for crying out loud. That's all I have to say. Make it happen. But make, like, the flintlock pistols gimmick. Don't make them actual guns or anything.
No, make them actual.
So long
One of
as
them is getting crowed.
so long as like they go up to like one of the like the mooring line or like the rigging and have like a full on like sword fight with 2 like rapiers, and it's proper Pirates of the Caribbean, storms blowing in, Yeah, it's another thing I need.
You also have
Tony Storm's blowing who?
You have some other wrestling. The next wedding storyline that they're doing at that time, they also do on the deck below. So you can have a Barbosa type. You can have William Regal do the. He's somehow also ordained, and he's doing
Lord Stephen Regal for that one.
Lord, yeah, all right. Pirate Lord
He's got the
Stephen
card.
Regal. Pirate Lord Stephen Regal.
I'm a little bit busy at the moment.
We'll have to have this wedding in War
Somehow he
Games.
yells War Games.
War
Somehow.
games.
War games.
My vote.
We haven't said who's
Is-
going over yet.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Who's going over? On my match, Hangman Adam Page is going over.
I would have to go with my boy CM Punk on my match. Only just.
I'm going to have to go with Jeff Jarrett just because I love seeing Elias get hit with guitars.
Yes. Paul Burchill is walking the plank. Kairi Sane is going away with the win and will become the new captain of said ship.
Captain of Wrestling. Okay, I was going to go with the guitar and a pole match, to be honest with you, until you said Jarrett was going over, because Elias deserves to go over, and he should have been like the Intercontinental Champion time ago.
He should go over, but it's Jeff Jarrett. And no one hits someone with a guitar better than Jeff Jarrett.
That's a point though, Jess. What era Jeff Jarrett is this? Are we talking 90s where you had the weird tassel shirt?
No,
TNA?
I'm talking like up until Kurt Angle went to TNA.
And he just ruled everything.
And he ruled it
Fair enough.
because he was the boss.
All right,
He did a
I'll go
triple
with that then.
H.
That's my pick. The ladder and pole.
All right. I'm going to go with Garrett with this one. Always a big fan of that kind of match.
Respect.
Nice. I'm going to have to side with Jace on this one, guitar and a pole. I think that sold me pretty well.
Jace, who is your pick?
My pick was Scott.
Fair enough.
I think
Fair enough.
Paul Burchill was really underrated.
Woefully underused. Woefully
I
underused.
loved Paul Burchill,
I
especially because it was through that Paul Burchill storyline with William Regal that I fell in love with William Regal. The fact that they got the man to dress up as a pirate wench. That's just when I realised, he doesn't give a shit.
Welcome to the next match, boys. We've just had an amazing guitar and a pole match with some great musical sort of interludes and whatnot. And now we move to your classic Survivor Series style match, a 4v4 elimination tag match. I'm going to go first because I need to run and get a drink. So I will throw out my two stables, because I think the best work you can do in these kind of matches is a stables match, tell a story as a group. I would have the inner circle. My inner circle would be Guevara, Santana Ortiz, and Jericho against Los Ingobernables de Japón, which would be Naito, Bushi, Sanada, and Shingo Takagi. I think they could put on a great match with a lot of explosive moves. They match each other fairly well, I'd say. And you put Jericho and the rest of Inner Circle in like Painmaker gimmick. I think, learning from their master type thing. I think that would be solid.
Yeah. I very much went for a similar approach. Got to go with the stables. And I had to go with my two favorite stables of all time. Undisputed Era. Got to be with the gold as well. Got to be with the gold. The four of them draped in their titles, that kind of thing. Versus the NWO, with the fourth member being NWO Sting. That's my choice. So Hogan, Nash, Hall, and Sting.
Hogan, Hall, Nash. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I have gone also with the Undisputed Era
Nice.
versus the original lineup of the Four Horsemen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair
So
enough.
Flair, Anderson, and Blanchard.
Nice. Well, Chase, I went down very similar lines to you. I also picked the Four Horsemen, except I went with Flair, Tully, Arn, and Barry Windham. And I'm going to put them up against, not actually a stable, I mean, in some regards, they're always held together, the Four Pillars of Heaven. Akira Tower, Toshikika Kawada, Kenta Kobashi, and Matsuura Misawa. They were never a stable, but they did a lot of tag team matches and mixed things up. So I think having all them as one team against the Four Horsemen, that's like very perfect. Like sort of, I guess like your late 80s against your sort of 90s clash. I think it would just be insane.
With this one, I've literally just had to think of it because Tyler Bate was taken on one of your matches.
You took British Strong Style, didn't you?
Yeah, but I was going to do like the four biggest names from NXT UK against four of the biggest names from NXT. But then you took Tyler Bate, and I was like, I couldn't decide who to replace him with. So I was like, fuck it, Undisputed Era, Four Horsemen.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's a shout. Oh.
That's a shout.
All these matches I want to watch.
I know.
Man,
we're doing well.
Well, who would be winning those matches is the question.
I would probably put... I'm really torn on mine. I'd probably put the Four Pillars over.
I would be putting Undisputed Era over.
As will I. Yes, as will I.
Can I add a caveat to yours, Scott? Can Hogan eat the pin?
Oh, absolutely. And he's eating the pin to Roderick Strong, you best believe.
Yes!
Mine, I don't know. It's like neither needs it, and both could take the loss. So I think I'd as it's an elimination, I'd have it come down to Shingo Takagi against Guevara, and I would have Guevara put on the match of his life and then lose.
Nice.
So, LIJ.
Nice. LIJ. Cool.
Right. Where are we voting?
I think I'll go with Scott. I like the idea of. I think he sold me with the fact that Roddy Strong is going to pin Hogan. Perfect.
So Jay sold you on Scott's.
Yeah. The assist.
I'm half a point. I'm also going with Scott. Undisputed Era in anything is amazing, and having Hogan eat the pin over from Roddy Strong, I've sold it for myself.
Yeah.
Break that racist man's back. I'm going to go with yours, Jace. The Four Horsemen versus
sounds like
Louis.
mine.
No, I completely I don't know how I forgot about the Four Horsemen. And like you said, UE, love a bit of UE.
I think all of us are of the thinking that Undisputed Era should have never broken up ever.
Yeah,
and I'm also going to go with Scott.
Bam.
Well done. This is a bloody good match so far. The crowd is going to be completely blown out.
I mean, do we even really need to do the second half? What if it's a 2-day event?
All right. Well, day 1 is done. Intermission. Day 2.
Before at the start of day 2, we do Pitbull doing the opening song, of course.
Green light. Everybody take a shot. Give me the green light.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Give me a little time. What you waiting for? You only got one life. I can do this again.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready to go. Technical fatal 4-way is the next match. It's a technical fatal 4-way.
My technical I'm going for this one.
Right, go on, Jace.
My technical fatal four-way is Bret Hart, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, my one is really similar.
I think all of ours are going to be slightly similar.
Jace, you can't use Bret Hart because the Hart Foundation's already on the card.
Ah, shit. All right, I'll trade Bret Hart for Owen Hart.
That's fine. That's sound. Yeah, sound.
They're interchangeable.
Any old Hart will do.
Any old Hart will do.
Other than Bruce. For my picks, I'm going with Samoa Joe from when he debuted with TNA, so when he went under that undefeated streak for like about, was it like 18 months?
Yeah.
Then I would also have Katsuyori Shibata.
Cool.
I would also have Kurt Angle, Wrestling Machine Kurt Angle, and I'd have Pete Dunne now.
Oh, what a match!
I would have Angle in his prime, Zack Sabre Jr., Daniel Bryan, and I would have Chad Gable, American Alpha. Chad Gable.
Mine is literally the same as yours, Garrett, apart from swap Chad Gable with heel Chris Jericho. That's the one where he's in the suit versus Shawn Michaels.
I like
Not
it.
bad. Not bad. I like that. I like that. I wouldn't pick it because I didn't.
Who's I'm going over?
I would have Pete go over because he's the up-and-comer compared to those sort of legends, I guess. Although I suppose Samoa Joe's like the younger one there, but still, I'd have Pete Dunne go over.
I would have Cesaro go over.
I think this match, if any match is a passing of the torch, it's this match. And I likewise have to pick between Sabre Jr. and Gable. And it's honestly a choice between, like, you know what? Here's my finish to the match. Sabre has Bryan in a hold, and Gable has Angle in a hold. And they both tap at the same time. And
then kiss.
And then they kiss. And then they have a sex celebration.
Now kiss.
That's what I would do.
And they mac out near the turnbuckle.
So one ref would say one wins, one ref would say the other wins.
Cool.
Kiss.
I would have Zack Sabre Jr. tie Jericho into a pretzel and Jericho tap out.
Well, like full on, don't mess with the Zohan, tie him into a pretzel.
Yeah, full on.
Like a Paradise Lock from Sonata.
Yeah.
You guys know what Paradise Lock is? He gets them like this, and it's clearly just they've got their legs crossed and their arms are like that, but they're like, "Oh God, I can't move at all ever." And then they're like this for like 2, and then he like kicks them in the ass. That's the whole thing. It's wonderful. It's amazing.
It's a great spot.
Wrestling is amazing. My pick from you guys. It's so difficult because
This is a hard one.
Yeah.
Hard one.
I would probably go with Jace. I'm gonna go with Jace.
Hey.
Nice.
I am going to go with Greg.
Thank you very much, sir.
I am going to go with Garrett. So I never thought of putting Gable in, and Gable's so underrated.
Yeah.
Gable is good. Well, this is going to be a first for us. I was going to go with Scott.
Oh!
Is that a technical fatal 4-way tie?
It's a
It's a technical fatal forward time.
All right,
Which
well, we're
means
gonna have
the
to do a
dream
technical
match
fatal
is us
4-way.
four.
The
It's
dream
us
match is
four.
us
We have
four.
to face each other.
How
Wait,
about
hold on. Who was all of our winners? Who are all the winners of our matches?
Done.
Sabre
Cesaro.
Jr.
Dunn, Cesaro, Sabre Jr., and Gable in a fatal
There we
4-way.
go.
There we go. Oh,
Let me
what a
quickly
good
write
way to
that
start.
down.
genius. I'm a genius.
Who's going to win out of all them?
Oh, fuck off.
Game
Cesaro.
The audience, clearly.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
The concept of wrestling wins.
Moving on to the next match. It is wildcard choice number 2. This time, what was it? It's a women's match with 4 competitors. Could be a fatal 4-way. Could be 3-on-1. Could be more than that. Who knows? But it's that. I'll go last.
I'll take the lead on this one. I just went up with to make Aaron happy. I went with just a straight up women's tag team match. I went with all Japanese choice in this. I went with the icons of the 80s, the Jumping Bomb Angels, and then I've put them up against Asuka and Miko Satomura. Obviously not your most typical tag team, but they're like my 2 favorite wrestlers of all time and at the moment. And the Jumping Bomb Angels are fantastic. I'm pretty sure they could just work out a fucking tremendous match.
Yes, that's tremendous. That is lovely.
Mine is a fatal 4-way, and it's with the big women. So I've got Awesome Kong, Nia Jax, Chyna, Rhea Ripley.
Wedge.
Just
It's a wedge match. It's wedge.
A my whole match.
So sad.
Scott, what is your match?
My match is a tag team match, a passing of the torch match, if you will, between Trish Stratus and Lita, and they will be facing NXT unbeaten run Asuka and Kaylee Ray.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
I like it.
I can dig it.
I can dig it. I can dig it, Safio. Mine is the Riot Squad against. Am I cheating? Maybe. Maki Ito, Respect Army, and her tag team partner Chris Brooks. Yeah, I'm cheating. I don't care. Fuck you. That's part of the match. They've somehow wriggled it where Chris can be in the match. There you go.
Like what was his name? Like when Eric Young won the TNA Women's Tag Team titles with ODB.
Yeah. Just put that out there. Since how they've already had one half of that tag team, they need to get both of them on AEW at some point. I just want to see Chris Brooks on AEW because I love Chris Brooks.
Yeah,
I'd love the Ito Respect Army to become an actual stable. That'd be great. Like really fly with it, run with it, and just do everything. That would be amazing.
Solid.
Just literally because her whole thing is like she doesn't win, and that would be amazing if like her whole stable is just loads of really decent people just trying to help her to win, and it just doesn't happen. That would be sound. Speaking of, they wouldn't win. The Riot Squad would win in my match.
Well, they've got to win something sometime. Liv Morgan's in my fantasy league. I've stopped counting.
I feel like she's already won if she's reportedly dating Bo Dallas. I feel like that's winning.
Yeah.
So does that mean I get all the points for that?
No.
Yes, we do. Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas is hosting this whole event.
I believe.
I'll go with the actual tag. Even though I love Asuka and Miko, I would go with the actual tag team on this group. So I'd go with the Jumping Bomb Angels to win.
Yeah, have Asuka and Mako fall out and then wrestle.
Yeah.
As well. 2 for 1.
I'm going to go with my winner as the current Raw Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley.
Nice. I would have Asuka and Kaylee Ray go over. Yeah, especially if it's undefeated streak Asuka, the no one's ready for me Asuka. The one that used to go around in suits backstage, that Asuka.
Yeah.
Good Asuka.
boys, who would you think wins this and gets the spot? Who's being produced and booked? I know Greg made it with me in mind, so I'm going with Greg.
Thank you. I've got to go with Scott on this one. I do like the whole passing of the torch thing, and Trish and Lita don't stand a chance when it's undefeated Asuka and current Kayla Ray, who's also kind of undefeated at the moment.
Yeah. I am gonna go. Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna go with Garrett. I love the
a
Riot Squad.
contrarian. I see.
I'm going to go with myself. It's another 4-way tie. No, I will also go with Scott.
There was a G. I saw his mouth. His mouth went.
Yeah, Scott.
All right. Well,
Sorted.
I respect that. I think that's the best match won there. Speaking of the best match, if you're a psychopath, we have a fatal 4-way barbed wire exploding ring light tube, kill everyone, Legos on the floor, lots of blood, ouchie match.
The best kind of match.
Right. So for mine,
Yeah, go.
I'm going to go with Cactus Jack,
Oh,
Terry Funk,
Of course.
Nice.
Sabu,
Okay.
and John Moxley.
Well,
It's a
Jace.
very solid one. I think a lot of people have the very same. Maybe
Yeah.
Greg has the exact same.
Well, Jace, funnily enough, I went with Cactus Jack. I went early 2000 Cactus Jack when he had the feud with Triple H.
Yeah.
Perfect. Versus Sabu, 90s ECW Sabu, versus John Moxley now. But then I went with Atsushi Onita
All right.
after his first retirement in the late 90s.
I think a good death match is inherently almost sadistic. Can you stop growling? It's because I got sausages on the table. I think a good death match inherently has some kind of sadistic comedy to it. So for me, I'm going with Nick Gage. I am going with John Moxley, Terry Funk, and then someone who I think probably could do it and also would make it a little bit more light-hearted. That would be Orange Cassidy.
Garrett, I think your microphone fucked up a bit there, pal.
My dog's not fit. Can you hear me?
oh, yeah, no, it's still not very good.
It's not good.
I love the green screen in his headphones.
I'm sure he said Simon Dean.
How?
I thought he said
Yes.
Orange Cassidy. Oh yeah,
I
he's
did
good.
say. I said Terry
I'm sure-
Funk,
sure it
Moxley,
was Simon
Nick
Dean.
Gage, and Orange Cassidy.
All right.
Okay. Mine in a very similar vein is a hear me out kind of pitch. So I've gone with.
Wait. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna do a hear me out pitch, I'm gonna need a hear me out.
I'm gonna have to go back for it. Hold on.
All right, ready?
Oh, my headphones haven't got a short. Hear me out. Okay, so I've got two of the mainstays. So of course I've got Moxley and I've got Cactus Jack, the early 2000s Cactus Jack. So I got those two. I've also got Raven,
All right.
EC Dub Raven.
Nice.
I've also got Shane McMahon. For the pure sake of if
That you want to hurt him.
I want a floor full of light tubes. I want him to be on a scaffold 7 stories up, and for Raven to "This is Sparta" kick him off, and he does the typical Shane McMahon fall from a height onto light tubes, ring explodes, Lego goes everywhere.
The only way I'd accept that is if he does the same sell he did when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn powerbombed him, and he went, "Oh, oh, oh, oh." like when Franklin falls off his bike in GTA.
No, you're forgetting that Shane McMahon is the best wrestler in the world.
He is officially the best wrestler.
He'll get Sparta kicked off that scaffold, land on those light tubes and Legos, the ring explodes, and he'll just get up and just start giving it.
That's him. That's him, like powering up the electric
That's like his version
on a big wheel.
That's his version of hulking up. It's like, I'm dancing, Dad. I'm dancing.
That's actually apt though, which is painful. Who's going over in mine? Nick Gage is going over in mine. I think he's Nick Gage, so you know.
Yeah, it's Moxley for me. Passing me the torch, the new face of hardcore wrestling.
I'm gonna have to go with Cactus Jack, just because King of the Death match in it.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you're in love with Mick Foley.
Yeah, that as well. That as well. Plus, I mean, when you think about his career, he hasn't got many big wins.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll have you know, being on the Big Show show is a big win. True.
That's very true. He peaked.
With acting heavyweights such as Mark Henry and Rikishi.
It was a good episode. They were on a cruise. I'm so glad someone else on this podcast has watched it as well.
I've seen it.
Hey, I love that show.
I'll never get my time back.
As a kid show, it's actually pretty good, pretty harmless and quite nice. Anyway, who's winning, Scott?
I'm giving the win to Raven. He didn't get many wins when he was deserved of it. So yeah, give Raven the win, and because he sits in the corner like a moody boy.
Solid.
Well, are you going with like what version of Raven are you going with?
The best one, the one in like. The one in ECW where it would just be like jean shorts, jacket, moody face, sit in the corner and just stare at him. That Raven, best Raven.
Hold on, you say that's the ECW version. That's just Raven on a Tuesday.
That's Raven right now on his lazy boy in the corner. Just
unless he's wearing his bin bag skirt thing.
I will give the win to Greg. I think I'll give it to Greg.
Bam.
I don't want to, but I have to. My heart wants.
Thanks. I'm going to go with Scott because I do like the idea of Shane McMahon getting hurt. Plus, I mean, Raven's a good shout, and he's already got two of my picks in there as well. So yeah.
Yeah, mine's a toss-up. Mine was a toss-up between Scott and Greg, but I think I'm going to have to give it to Greg just because it's so similar to mine.
I was also thinking Greg as well.
Thanks, guys.
This bastard's done it again.
Although I very nearly went for Orange Cassidy in a death match because that's something I definitely want to see. But yeah, Greg.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
That brings us to our co-main event, our second main event, the main event, but not the main event. How many times on programming will they call it a co-main event as if there are two of them? Anyway, triple threat TLC tag match.
Can I start with this one?
I think a lot of us might have the same for it, but yes, you may.
I think there's going to be one team in particular, but I'd kick my match off by having CCK, Lycos and Chris Brooks. Lycos is wrestling again. I mean, they are the team that say they've got sick fucking tag moves, and I've seen similar matches them in with ladders, so I think they can do some creative stuff here. Then I'd have the Hardy Boys, because, you know, fucking it's the Hardy Boys ladders, and I'd have them 2001, where they basically wrestled all the TLC matches. And then I would have, I guess, a bit of a wild card team, just to mix it a bit. I'd have War Machine. Big guys.
Raiders, Raiders, Viking Machine, Viking experience.
The Viking experience.
Big guys, but they've proven they can do some pretty agile stuff, so I think they could get quite creative in that match.
Big guys, big smiles. Big time.
Love bowling.
What's your pick? Who's your pick, Scott?
Oh, mine. Oh, I've gone for Hardy Boys as well. 2001 Hardy Boys, very much like Greg. However, I've then gone with Young Bucks, purely due to the fact that they did a Canadian destroyer off of a ladder onto a table to the Lucha Brothers, and all their spots in their ladder-based hardcore matches that they've done since. Always should be a mainstay, Young Bucks, and them and the Hardy Boys, fantastic. But then I chose another tag team that have had other very good ladder matches. Hashtag DIY, Gargano and Ciampa.
Nice. I like it.
I have gone for the Battle of the Brothers. So I have got the Young Bucks, the Hardys, and the Usos.
Oh, strong.
Solid.
You know what?
Strong.
Solid. Mine is very similar to yours. I will change it ever so. Stop sniffing the mic. I'll change it ever so slightly. In that it's in the family. It is the Young Bucks against the Usos against Guerrillas of Destiny, and it's them right now. No like past or anything like that. No past matches. Just them right now deciding who is the best. That to me is the match right now. You could have them all as champions currently, and you just have them all for the title.
Nice. I'm gonna probably put CCK over in my match. Give it to the Indie Darlings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Scott?
I'm going to put DIY over in mine. Big babyface win.
I'm gonna put the Usos over.
Shout. It's a great shout.
Well, I'm gonna put the Usos over as well. To be honest, I think that's like the thing that you wouldn't expect in that match, and that unrightly you wouldn't expect that because the Usos are tremendous. And I think if they were anywhere but WWE, you'd know it far more than you do now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Usos going over in mine too.
Awesome. Well, I kicked it off, so I'll cast my vote first. It's a toss-up between Scott and Jace, but I think DIY just edges out the Usos for me, so I'm going to have to go with Scott.
Nice. I'm going to have to go with Jace. In a similar vein, but just with the Usos instead. Just the same match with the Usos in it. I think that'd be great.
I'm gonna have to go for Scott. It was a toss-up between Scott and Garrett, but I don't know enough about the Guerrillas of Destiny.
I think all of you are scumbags. You need to put some fucking respect on GOD, all right? Because ain't nobody realer than Gorillas, all right? Ain't nobody realer than Gorillas. But I would go with Jace because it's similar to mine. I just personally think that the Hardy Boys are overrated as a tag team and better as singles.
Ooh, hot take.
Yeah,
It depends
when you
which...
think about it, isn't that much of a hot take?
But they wouldn't be as good as singles if it wasn't for their time as a tag team.
I disagree.
Really? Did you see Jeff Hardy's match against Razor Ramon?
Now, just because he is who he is, doesn't mean, right? Anyway,
So did
we now
Scott win that one?
No, me.
It was Jace.
It was a tie.
Was it time?
It was a tie, yeah.
Good.
It was a tie.
So
Okay.
rock, paper, scissors between the two.
What if there's a lag? Hold on.
There's no lag. Nah, lag doesn't exist. We do have a rule in rock paper scissors that levels the playing field. Scott knows this rule and would never break it ever in his life. Same as me. So there is a rule in rock paper scissors that you're now privy to. It's rock paper scissors shoot, which is when you go, and the first time you shoot has to be scissors.
It always has to be scissors.
It has to be scissors. Rock paper scissors shoot. The first throw has to be scissors, and then you go rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Before you think this is mind games, this is tradition. Me and Garrett have followed these rules for years before. It always has to be scissors first time, and then second, third, fourth, etc. Anything goes. Anything goes.
So, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. First is scissors every time. Nah, fuck the coin. We're doing this now because we've said this thing. Right, are we ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
There is
a bit of a lag, but they did it in with them. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason, and he did the scissors first, as is tradition, and I respect that. I respect that very heavily. But now we move to the main event. It's a 60-minute Iron Man match, 1-on-1. I'll go first. Fine.
Go on, then.
Because the thing is with this, I think a lot of the things that I've done is I've not picked people from history really. I've had a Terry Funk in there here and there, but mainly it's been people that would go now. I haven't picked people of a certain era, and that's because I'm not interested, to be honest. I like the stories that are now, and I like the characters that are now, and I think that the biggest match in wrestling, the biggest story to be told, one that's been told for so long, right now and ever, will be Kota Ibushi against Kenny Omega. And that's my 60-minute Iron Man match, because this is supposed to be the greatest card of all time. And a dream card is Kenny Omega as a heel holding all of the belts against the one person who is kicked out of the One-Winged Angel.
Okay. Well, following on from that, I've gone through some of the event. I kind of went with probably my ultimate dream match of people who are wrestling at the moment. Like, this is the match I would just pay unbelievable amounts of money to go see live, because I just think the stuff they could do in this would be... I mean, if you give these two 10 minutes, they could probably do an amazing match. Give them 60 minutes, it would blow your mind. I'm going with Volta versus Kenny Omega.
Oh,
Very nice.
Wow.
I think they tell a great match.
Picture the chops, the knees, and again, like Garrett said, they're just terrific storytellers in the ring. They would probably work together so fucking well.
Why do I think that we've all gone for Kenny?
Because he's the greatest.
I think we all have. I think we all have gone for Kenny.
I've gone for at the minute, my dream WWE versus AEW match. And that would be Kenny Omega and Aleister Black.
Okay.
Ooh.
I was expecting a Reigns or something, but I would prefer this match as a match. Definitely.
It'll be hard hitting, both great storytellers in the ring. Just someone might die.
I'm gonna get my head kicked off.
Right. In a similar vein, I've gone company versus company.
Uh-huh.
Now, it helped when you guys said any era, and I was like, who at any point in WWE's history will be able to hang for an hour with, and I've gone for New Japan Kenny Omega, the Okada trilogy Kenny Omega.
Right.
That's who I went with mine as well.
Yeah, who would be able to hang an hour with that? And I had to think for a while. I went to go for Stone Cold because he carried the company, etc. But I don't think he would have the stamina to go that far. Who I did go for, purely because he was involved in one of my favorite matches of all time, mid-2000s Triple H.
No, I can see that. That's solid. That's solid.
Mid-2000s Triple H versus New Japan Kenny Omega. It will be a weird match, but I'm here for it.
I think the build could be great with that. I think Triple H, on the mic against Kenny could be really good, and just like them telling a feud would be great. Who is going over in your matches, boys? Scott,
this is so hard.
Triple H or Kenny?
Mine has gone to a 60-minute draw. No.
Omega's going over in mine. One-Winged Angel on Triple H. they both hold each other's hands up. It's a very emotional moment.
Hold on, what era Triple H did you say?
Early to mid 2000s.
It's like Reign
Yeah,
of
Triple
Terror.
Triple H isn't holding anyone's hand up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good point.
Triple H isn't putting anyone over.
Or
That era Triple H wouldn't even put Triple H over.
Jace, who's going over?
I've said
Did you say?
60-minute draw. I said
Okay.
time
Okay,
limit draw.
not bad.
Time limit draw.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Volta. Only just.
Is it because we've met him?
Ibushi is going over. He's kicking out the one-winged angel, and then he's winning. I think that's how it's gonna actually go as well in a couple years when we get that match.
Greg, who have you got to win?
Volta.
Sorry. I mean, like, who's your pick?
I think I'll have to go with Garrett on this one.
It's the match. It's gonna be the biggest match in forever.
Yeah.
Scott?
It's tough. They're all matches I really, really, really want to see, but for pure sake of this is really tough. I'm gonna go with Greg because I want to see Walter chop Kenny and then Kenny fucking power out of it. Like the fucking visual of that has, got me liking wrestling again. So yeah, I'll have some of that.
I would have gone with Greg. Yes, Jace?
No, said who's your pick?
I would have gone with Greg until you said Walter goes over because I it's a difficult one because I think Walter could be the biggest ever, and should be really in a perfect timeline. But I think Kenny is too hot right now, and I don't want him to lose. So I'm gonna go with Chase because I would rather see an Aleister Black Kenny in a time limit draw. If you told me Walter in a time limit draw, I would have gone with you. But no, you have to be a little big chop boy goes over.
I am going to go with begins with a G.
Scott.
I'm going Garrett. Garrett's got it.
I think all in your heart,
Garrett.
you know that it's got to be Ibushi Kenny.
Just like from what little I've seen of them, like they have such good chemistry. And I didn't know he was the only one to have ever kicked out with the one-winged angel, which just adds to the story. I think that's what sold it for me.
Garrett, 1 second. Could you go get it quickly just over your face for a second? That smile, that damn smile. Sorry, I had to get a 13 Reasons Why reference in there somewhere. 1 second, I've got to turn on the light before
I had to get a 13 Reasons Why reference in there. I just had to get a 13 Reasons Why reference in there, huh, Scott?
Don't sleep on the one episode I've watched on that show, okay?
Can we all agree Scott's
It's the meme. It's current.
It's
It's
not.
the meme.
It's a meme.
Well, that is our main event. It's been wonderful. That one. Scott is the fiend of the show. I can't lie.
Has someone been keeping track of
I have. So we'll do the Battle Royal and then we'll run through the whole card.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, a little bit of a fun battle royal. Who have we got left that we could throw out? Each person's going to throw out 5 people, and then we'll just fancy book who throws out who. We'll go around in clockwise fashion. One person in, one person in, one person in, one person in, one person in. Let's go. Jace.
Right. God.
Simon.
All right, God is in.
God is in.
God is in. In comes God at number 1.
I'm going Shockmaster.
The Shockmaster comes in,
and he's not.
he falls down the
He's
ramp.
not going to get the ring exactly. He's going to make his entrance, then fall through a door, and then he's out.
Never actually enters. Perfect.
Yep.
Third, Scott, go.
Kofi Kingston.
All right. Very God, the Shockmaster, and Kofi Kingston. Wonderful. In comes Vacant. Yeah, Vacant. I think the person with the most championship reigns of anyone ever. At number 4. So that's 3 people in the ring, and I think Vacant and Kofi eliminate God.
No. God's staying till the end. You can't find God.
They throw him out of the ring, but he just floats upwards.
Levitates back in.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 5, the Godfather.
I'm sensing a theme of some kind.
Does he even get in the ring, or is it just one big epic entrance the whole time? Just
Yeah, all the halls are there.
I'm sorry, I was just said so so matter of factly.
I don't mean like they've paid actresses to come in or female wrestlers, whatever. I mean they're actual whores.
They've hired. Oh no!
He's handing out flyers on his way down to the ring.
Flyers.
So Greg, what's
coming to a straight corner near
who's
you?
in next?
Oh, my ass.
Number 6 is Warhorse.
I love Warhorse. Hell yeah.
Warhorse is great.
Scott, who's number 7?
2000s Kane.
Cool. All right. Number 8 is Corporate Kane.
Yeah.
Yes! Finally!
Number 9, Isaac Yankem.
I dig it.
Yeah, why not?
Would you get the 3 faces of Foley?
Yeah, why not? I'll break the chain. Number 10, Pirate Paul Burchill.
Yes!
Perfect.
Yes!
Scott.
I just have one. Jacques Rougeau.
Okay.
I think I can spell that.
Jacques is spelled with a Q. It's real weird.
I gotcha.
The couples therapist. Was it couples therapist that Daniel Bryan and Kane went to? Was it anger counselor?
Oh, yeah.
Counselor.
They went to 2 different things, didn't they?
It's a Dr. Shelby.
Dr. Shelby.
Dr. Shelby.
Shelby.
Dr. Shelby.
I'm going Dink.
Oh, nice. I'm going with Sambo, the wrestling chimp. He's just gonna sit in the corner and tickle people as they go past.
I'm gonna go for the blow up doll Kota Ibushi wrestled.
All right, I will go with the Invisible Man.
Nice.
I will go with, for my final pick. This is my final pick, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm on. Wait. I think I might have missed one, but yeah, just go for it.
I will go with the man who became famous for Battle Royals. I will go with Andre the Giant.
Ah, nice. I am going to go with my last pick, Colonel Sanders, Dolph Ziggler.
Huzzah! A man of quality.
Okay, for some reason I've only got 18 names here. Have I missed 2 that have already been said?
No,
Shall I run
there's
through
2 more, so there's 19, 20. So Scott.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
In a similar mentality to Andre the Giant, a man who became famous through battle royales, Rob the Gronkowski.
Nice. And then finally, the last person in is Toriano.
Ugh. Look at that boy. Look at that boy. He doesn't know. He doesn't want you to know. He doesn't care that he doesn't know. He doesn't care that you know that he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Well, big question is, lads, who's going over in the Battle Royal?
God.
Because God rules all.
Because in the end, God always wins, Greg.
There's only one person who has ever beaten God, and that's Vince McMahon.
Who is the surprise entrant?
To eliminate God, Vince wins the Battle Royal.
Yeah, there we go.
Wonderful. Let's run through the card all together.
Right, do you want me to take it away?
Yeah, go for it.
Greg.
Okay, so we're kicking off with the pre-show Battle Royal, as we just went through. So obviously in that we've had God, Shockmaster, Kofi Kingston, Vacant, The Godfather, Warhorse, Kane 2000, Cobra Kane, Isaac Yankem, Pyro Paul Burchill, Jacques Rougeau, Dr. Shelby, Dink, Sambo, the Wrestling Chimp, the Blow-Up Doll Kota Ibushi wrestled, Invisible Man, Andre the Giant, Colonel Sanders, Dolph Ziggler, Rob Gronkowski, and Toriano. And God won that one.
Well done, God. On to
Well
the
done, God.
opening match. Bo Dallas presenting. He does a musical number with Pitbull.
Red
and,
light, green light.
Pitbull does the.
I'm ready to bow.
Bo yo
Yo.
because I'm ready to bow.
Bow.
It's a bowl at party, you know what it means. Wonderful. And then we get to the opener. It's a six-way ladder match.
Six-way ladder match featuring AJ Styles from his early days in TNA, Shelton Benjamin, early to mid-2000s, Rob Van Dam, early 2000s, Tyler Bate, Hiromu Takahashi, and Big Van Vader from the early 90s.
Uh-huh. And then...
Oh, shit, who went over in that? Tyler Bate went over in that one.
And he climbs the ladder, pushing Vader off and besting them all together.
And Looney Tunings everyone else.
And then we move to the standard tag match, which is...
FTR versus the Hart Foundation, with FTR going over.
Wonderful. Absolutely classic match of epic proportions. It would probably only be given like 10 minutes though, so you know.
Yeah.
Then we move to first women's match of the night.
I mean, we're running this show.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I
There's a women's match.
keep expecting like all of my creativeness to just be stolen from me. Give me the
Red light. Green light.
I'm ready to go. On to women's match.
Women's match, which was Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus the man, Becky Lynch.
It writes itself. You have one of the best my way or the highway style promos before the match. And it's just them getting bloody and beating the ever-living shit out of each other.
Before that match, Bo Dallas and Pitbull performed that song to the promo as well.
The Doctor against the Man.
Oh.
Wonderful.
And I'm sorry, Garrett, who did you say was going over in that match?
That was going to be Britt Baker knocks out Becky. She blacks out.
With the lockjaw.
Wait, you don't have any more sausages? No.
Give her
Sausage.
sausages.
We get some sausages in the chat, maybe. Now we move to the wildcard choice.
Which was the guitar on the pole match, Jeff Jarrett versus Elias, with Jeff Jarrett going over.
Nice, a little bit of a probably a comedy match in between.
Yeah, it's definitely a comedy match.
Yeah.
Pitbull's been here for quite a lot of the matches, but he probably comes out again.
Pitbull sung between every match.
No, then Elias and Jeff Jarrett team up and both hit Pitbull with guitars. Not acoustic, fucking electric. Fucking.
They do that thing where they put Pitbull's head in an amp, and then it's just like it looks like he has a big box on his head.
It's a concerto with guitars.
I was just thinking about the concerto with guitars.
Now we move to the 4v4 elimination tag match.
We do indeed,
Who
which
do we-
featured the Undisputed Era versus NWO, which was Hogan, Hall, Nash, and Sting. And the Undisputed Era goes over with Roddy Strong pinning Hogan.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful. It's top notch, and it leads straight into the technical fatal four-way.
Technical Fail 4-Way, which was still mid to another, so it features Pete Dunne versus Chad Gable versus Cesaro versus Zack Sabre Jr. We didn't pick a winner for this.
Oh no, yeah, because it was all of our matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, wait, who are the participants again?
We got Pete Dunne, Chad Gable, Cesaro, and Zack Sabre Jr.
Cesaro.
I'd say Pete Dunne.
Oh yeah, I changed my mind. Pete Dunne, absolutely.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne. Yeah, Pete Dunne
I,
wins.
I would have said Cesaro, but I couldn't pick my own.
And after he finishes, I love the shrug that he does after he wins a match. I love the.
And after that caliber match as well, that'd be one hell of a shrug.
Hell yeah.
We move to the wild card choice number 2. It is women's match.
It was women's tag team chosen by Scott, which was Trish Stratus and Lita versus undefeated Asuka from NXT and Kaylee Ray. And I believe we gave it to the undefeated Kaylee Ray and
Hell
Asuka.
yeah.
Very
Oh,
solid.
that would be a great tag team name for them as well, the undefeated. Oh, just let me
Yeah,
right.
but
For,
Yeah,
Let me
but then
write
what about
first.
what if they get defeated? What are you going to call them? The undefeated, but not so much anymore. So never mind.
No, they can
we
never
just
show
get
their
rid of
face
the un. We do on their t-shirt
just the
design. We
defeated.
cross out the un, and then just the
again. We do
defeated.
B team Mark II. And then we move to the Fatal 4-Way barbed wire exploding ring light tube kill everyone Legos on the floor looks of blood ouchie match.
Which
Ouchie.
features Cactus Jack from early 2000 versus Sabu from 90s ECW, John Moxley now, and Atsushi Onita. And I gave that one to Cactus Jack.
Lovely. It is in fact a very big oof ow match. I think you'd get a lot of second-hand ouchie ooh.
Can we say that Shane McMahon is a special guest referee so he can have the 7 story onto a light tube spot?
Why
He'd
not?
probably just be backstage and do it to himself just to make it
For the sheer sake, for the sake of the
I don't know
occasion.
why I've just
yeah.
thought of it. I don't know why I've just thought of it, but I'd love to see like a comedy death match where like someone gets hit with like a light tube and they're just like, "Look what you've just done!"
Ow! What the hell?
I don't know how in a live event, being at the show, you do a smash cut to them in to an ambulance going down the highway. But that, like the scene in what's it called, the good guys, where he like smashes the window and like cuts his arm open.
Yeah, nice guys.
Nice guys.
Yeah.
Punches it.
That,
yeah.
but a death match. Somebody takes a light tube to the back, and they're just like smash
Yeah,
cut hospital.
I was thinking like on 21 Jump Street where Jonah Hill's like showing his elbows being scraped and his captain just goes, "Oh, let me see that," and just flicks it.
Yeah.
Ultimate heel move.
When the light tube explodes, you get that dust everywhere. It's like, oh, you've ruined my top, man. What are you doing?
I'm pretty sure that's
You just washed
part
this.
of that
What
dust
the
is
fuck?
like toxic gas, isn't it? Isn't there like xenon in them or something like that?
It's not good for you, whatever it is.
No,
No.
because it smashes
Yeah,
into
just
tiny
put-
little
like,
pipes.
I can just imagine it's just like, just bought this in Primark.
It was a
I
full
queued up at
week
6
of
a.m. in a
work.
pandemic for that. Anyway, that leads us to the Triple Threat TLC
Just-
tag match.
Sorry, but just takes like he's one of the whoever this wrestler is who's an absolute fanny. Brings his garbage can full of weapons down. As soon as he gets hit with a light tube or something, he's like, "Nah, fuck yeah, I'm going home." Just takes that trash can
I'm
and
going home.
takes his
Like a kid that takes his football back.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is.
Oh, I'd love
I
a
would-
wrestling on the street match where just like halfway through a car, they go, wait, car coming, and they all stand on the side. They stand on the side of a ramp as like a Honda comes by.
Someone goes to frisbee a bin lid and it goes over a garden fence. Go ask for it back.
Oh.
No, you.
No, no, the bit, like say if it was the four of us, we're all doing that in the street, and then all of a sudden we hear Greg. It's like, oh, sorry boys, I've got to go for me tea. And then
It's like you get a noise complaint. Someone comes out in their garden like, "Excuse me, can you keep it down?" Someone's wearing a bin. Another person's got a barbed wire bat. Like, "Oh, sorry, Miss Jenkins. Yeah, no, we should probably go further down the road."
Somehow this leads to the triple threat TLC tag match.
It does indeed, which features the Hardy Boys versus the Young Bucks versus the Usos, and I believe you picked the Usos to go over. Was that right?
I did.
Yep.
You did. Yep. Usos going over.
Solid pick, solid match. I think it would be tremendous, and the Usos they just deserve it. You know, I can't wait for them to actually be back wrestling as the Usos.
Yeah.
And not just Jay.
Although
I love Jay's single stuff was great as well, and really good for the storytelling of Roman. But like, it'd be wonderful.
The thing with that though, they're gonna have to put Naomi back on SmackDown because they have a rule they won't split up married couples between the brands.
Or see they're in a pandemic, I suppose. Anyway, we now move to the main event. Boom. The 60-minute Iron Man match.
Which features Kota Ibushi versus Kenny Omega. The
story
match
that has been built up over so many years, starting from them wrestling in DDT, forming a tag team, splitting up, forming a tag team again. Countless amazing matches by both of them. Both of them champions, world champions wherever they go, but destined to cross paths and destined to fight forever and become the Golden Lovers once again when they make up. And then Kota Ibushi, the only person to kick out the One-Red Angel, goes over.
I love it.
Fireworks.
For that kind of match, would you have any of them get a fall, or would you literally have it go the distance and then have them get that one pinfall to make them win?
Yeah,
it's an Iron Man match. It's point-based, isn't it? So would you have them get no points till the very end, or would you actually have it keep going back?
They go. Kenny Omega gets a kind of Healy win at 15 or 10, 15 minutes. Kota Ibushi comes back and gets a win at. You know what? This sets up another match later down the line. Ooh. 10 whatever minutes, Kenny Omega gets a heelish W. 40 minutes in, Kota Ibushi hits him with a Phoenix Splash and then his knees, Bamaye type thing. Hits him with that and then gets a pin. It's 1-1. 50 minutes. 59 minutes and let's say 10 seconds left. Kenny Omega hits with a one-winged angel and it's 1-1. Kenny Omega is about to win. No, okay. Kota Ibushi has to get 2. It's 2-1. And then Kenny Omega is about to tie it up right at the end and retain his title or whatever. Hits the one-winged angel, about to win. Kota Ibushi kicks out with 5 seconds to go and then wins while laid out, but still having kicked out.
Nice. We like it.
You keep Kenny strong because he is the one tool, but then it's also his move's been kicked out of. Perfect. Amazing. Hire me. Please.
Get me fired from WWE's creative, then hire me somewhere else.
Bearhug Club for creative.
The campaign continues.
We're coming for you, Vince.
Well, overall, I think that's a pretty good wrestling dream card. Maybe even the ultimate wrestling dream card. And that was brought to you by the Bearhug Club Podcast. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube at the Bearhug Club Podcast, or on Instagram at the Bearhug Club Pod, or on Twitter at Bearhug Club. You can find Scott probably doing a mail round And you can find the other 3 of us in your closet right now. Turn around. We're there right now. Do it.
And look outside your front door because I'm out there with mail.
Or go to https://bearhugpod.wixsite.com/bearhugclouds, because we have a website now. So we kind of got a website going on. We've got a little old website, little web page from the worldly widey web. We have
someone needs to put Grandad to sleep.
How was that my sense of humor? Just saying fucking words wrong. It's great. Easily, how to make me laugh is just saying like whoopty whoopty woo, and I'll just fucking
the wizarding world of wide web. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we will catch you next Wednesday on Wednesday Night Paw.
Paw.
What button do I click? Is